Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Astuti Ningrum. My student number is 2003046004. In this video, I completed a segment from the TESOL Methodology course in the 10th session about recording teaching material, Recount Text, focus on reading and writing skill by using story map. Okay, today lesson we are going to talk about story map. So what is the story map? A story map is strategy that use a graphic organizer to help students learn the elements of a book or story. So in our story map, we will find the we need to address the character in the story. We will also determine the setting in the story, the problem in the solution. Now, these are our story elements, and understanding those story elements give us a deeper comparison level for the content of the book or the story. So let's just look at the very familiar text. The Three Little Pigs, and what we're going to do is we're going to complete the story map using what we know about the story element. So if you can see, I have already pre-programmed our title for the Three Little Pigs. The first thing we want to do is to focus in on who the characters. So a character, as you remember, will be a person or an animal, even a creature in a story. So we want to identify the main characters in the Three Little Pigs. So we will identify pig number 1, pig number 2, pig number 3, and of course, the big bad wolf. Okay, so now that we have our characters identified, step 2 will be to identify the setting. Now, while we're identifying the setting, we wanted to always ask ourselves 2 questions. When did the story take place? And where did the story take place? So let's think about some things. When did the story take place? It looks like it was for the most part in the daytime. It perhaps the early spring of the year. So now, so that we know when the story took place, where did the story take place? If you recall the story, it took place mostly on the outside. There are a lot of things happening on the outside. And there were several key points in the story where it took place at a pig's houses. So I will add pig houses. Now we know who the characters are and we know the setting. So now we're going to get to the meat of the story mapping strategy, and that is to number 1, identify the problem or what is the concerning issue. So what happened that was a problem in the story, the Three Little Pigs. Okay, yes, you got it. A couple of the pigs made some really unsuitable homes and the wolf come by the blow their houses down. So they're out of homes and the wolf is trying to eat the pigs for supper. So those are problems, okay? We're going to write two pigs will wake homes that the wolf destroyed. The wolf want pigs for supper. So now we have identified the problem or the concerning issue. There were two pigs, two of the three pigs built very weak homes that the wolf destroyed by hooving and pulling and blowing those homes down, and he died with the intention of having the pigs for supper. So that the problem that what have to understand what has to happen beyond in this order to develop a solution. So that brings me to our next point, the solution or how the issue was resolved. So let's think about it based on the problem, what was the solution to the three topic. Okay, the first two pigs ran to the third pig houses whose home was made out of brick. It very sturdy and it protected them from being eaten by the wolf, and there they devised a plan to give that old wolf a taste of his own medicine. Okay, so let's write that down. So pick 1 and 2 ran to pick 3 homes, which was very sturdy. All pigs were safe and sound. They devised a plan to give the wolf a taste of his own medicine. So as you can see, we have taken a story map to understand the element of the three little pigs. Now, you can take this particular strategy and really have deeper comparison of any other story. Just all you have to remember is that you need to identify the characters or who was in the story. Identify the setting when and where the story took place. Identify the problem or the concerning issue for the main characters. And finally, determine the solution. How was the issue resolved? Okay, maybe that's what I can describe from the assessment in this session, in this video session. That's all. Thank you very much for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.